So you're looking for a platform to be able to record video content virtually, meaning that you're not going to have your iPhone recording directly to your phone, then you got to drag and drop that into a Google Drive folder for your video editor, or you're not recording on a digital, DSLR camera. That's redundant, but as a DSLR camera, taking the SD card, popping it in your computer, and then uploading it for your editor or whatever it is. You're doing it virtually. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about what platform, the single platform that I recommend for recording video content virtually, and then basically how I use it. Because if I just told you, yeah, use this, then that would take me 60 seconds to be able to do that. But I want to make sure that you know how I actually utilize it to record hundreds of videos on a monthly basis. And the clients that I work with record hundreds and thousands of videos on a monthly basis to be able to get their content freshly recorded, but over to our video editors, my video editor, seamlessly, easy, and be able to actually retain quality. Now, just like I said at the end there, quality is the most paramount thing in my mind when I'm thinking about recording video content. The reason why is because, let's say, for instance, I run a podcast, which I do, called the REI Marketing Weekly, where I get guests on the show virtually. So I'm not doing it in person or anything, but I want it to be as high quality and the standard set as high as possible. So in order for me to hop on and record video, I want to make sure that I can utilize that video to chop it up for social media content, or I could take the video, clip it into a 5 or 6 minute video that it can go, be republished for YouTube, or I can use it for an ad, whatever I'm using it for. I want to make sure that the video quality and, of course, the audio quality is maintained and retained as high as possible. So that's the main objective that I'm trying to get across here. So we obviously know our given ones, like Zoom is probably the most popular one. You have StreamYard, you have Camtasia, you have GoToMeeting, Google Meet, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to tell you, if you're recording content virtually, maybe you're doing a podcast, maybe you're recording specifically for you, ditch all of those, because those are not going to be able to retain the highest quality. Now, I haven't done necessarily my research on what type of quality it spits out and all that kind of thing. I just know that in the years that I've been doing this, 10 plus years that I've been doing content marketing and video content specifically, there's only one platform, which is Riverside, which I'll talk about here in just a second. So I just unveiled what, the answer to the question is, but utilize all these other platforms for content for myself, but also from clients. And Riverside just stands out among all of them, and it's not even a competition. So I'll tell you the reasoning why. The reason why is because Riverside is actually built for virtual recordings, video recording specifically for social media or podcasting. So the internal workings of Riverside is actually meant to retain as high quality video as possible. And if we look at these other platforms, for example, Zoom. So pre-2020, Zoom was big, but everybody was using Zoom for meetings, right? So even, we were doing meetings, and if it was virtually, it would be over Zoom and that sort of thing. Then we started using Slack because that's what we're using internally for communication. But Zoom was our go-to for meetings. And if we look at the purpose of Zoom is actually not for podcast recordings, but everybody was using it for the longest time, especially after 2020 when we all went into a virtual world. 2020 kind of like broke out in terms of like Zoom, and there's statistics like Zoom, how much they skyrocketed in revenue and that sort of thing because everybody was going to Zoom. But everybody did not remove themselves from that platform when recording video content. And even if you have the highest paid subscription for Zoom, you actually can't retain maximum video quality for it because of the way that it uploads and downloads from your computer. Now, I'm not going to get into the intricacies and the technicalities of that, but if I literally took a video from Riverside, downloaded it raw from Riverside, compared it exactly to Zoom, which I have done this before, then the quality difference in the video is just night and day. Zoom is going to be a little bit more pixelated. Lighting's not going to be good. There's going to be a lot of shadows, that sort of thing. And Riverside is going to retain pretty much everything that I needed to retain. And the reason why is because the intentionality of it. Zoom is not meant and was not built for podcast recordings or content recordings. It was meant for meetings. I still use Zoom every single day, but it's only for meetings. I don't use it for podcast recordings. I don't use it to record my video content. So we got to understand what it's meant for. StreamYard, beautiful for streaming live. So if you're going to stream live on YouTube, you're going to stream live on Facebook, or a webinar or a training course or whatever it is, StreamYard will get the job done for you. That's what it's actually meant for. But once again, still, StreamYard does a little bit of better job of maintaining video quality than, say, Zoom would or Google Meet. but it's still not meant for the actual recordings that are going to go out to maintain maximum quality. And even if you look at some of the top YouTubers out there where they have insane and beautiful video quality, pick your favorite influencer and look at the video quality that they have. Typically what they're doing is actually recording it on a DSLR camera. They have a videographer that has a, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 camera that has a nice lens on it and just really good aperture and that sort of thing and all the technical stuff. But if you're recording video content, you probably aren't getting into that kind of stuff. So we need to make sure that we're utilizing a system and a platform that's going to help us still be able to maintain that high quality. So enter Riverside. Now, the way that I use Riverside is twofold. So I actually record all of my video content on Riverside. I have a podcast that I run and I record all my podcasts through Riverside. I have all the guests hop in, and then I'm maintaining all the maximum quality by doing that. Additionally, when I am recording my video content, so for example, this video specifically going to YouTube, it's not meant for a podcast, I'm still hopping on Riverside to be able to record it here. And what happens is my video editor who is overseas is like, I'm not going to have to download this video, then re-upload it to Google Drive, and then my editor go in, download that video from Google Drive, and then re-upload the edited version, that sort of thing. That's not that, I don't have to mess with that. All I'm doing is hopping in here, recording, stopping the recording. I'm going to title what the video is about on the actual project itself, and then I'm out. My video editor has access to my Riverside. He's going to hop in, download that video, know that that's the next video he needs to edit, and then he's off to the races. That's the beautiful thing about it. Now, clients that we work with, they actually do the same thing. So they just have us gain access to their Riverside account. They go and do their recordings, and then boom, we know that that recording is ready to go. We have access to it. We can just go and download it. So my clients aren't having to download stuff and then re-upload it for us. That's the beautiful thing about Riverside. Now, again, it's a great housing system for all of your content too. So what it'll do is after a certain amount of days, it'll actually store your content and archive it. And then you can come back later on if you want to and then restore it. It takes like 12 to 24 hours to do, but you can actually restore it and then get that video content back. So you're not really losing it. But the awesome thing is that you're maintaining all the raw files that Riverside is going to spit you. So my video editing team has the ability to manipulate all the video however they want. They want to zoom in, which they're probably doing right now. If they want to zoom out, if they want to like put me off to the side and put a graphic next to me, or like zoom me in, zoom me out a couple times, however they want to do it. If they want to format it vertically, if they want to format it square or landscape, whatever they want to do, that high quality will allow them to do that and make it look good. But if they're doing this with a Zoom video, then you just lose so much quality with Zoom, and it makes things very difficult to manipulate and edit the way we want, which we edit for engagement, right? So we want to make sure that we retain that. Additionally, we are now in a world where, because Zoom video content was exhausted from 2020 to about 2022, late 2022, early 2023, the world is now exhausted of Zoom videos. We can now tell that this is a Zoom video that I'm watching and I'm kind of sick of it. I want to watch higher quality content. We're entering a world where higher quality content does win the game ultimately. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean that just because you spend, $50,000 on a recording studio and you record content, or you hire a full-time videographer to walk around with you and they're getting all this content, that doesn't mean that you're going to be successful in the social media content game. But it does give you a better advantage over your competition if they have lower quality content. You can maintain that simply by using Riverside. Now, disclaimer, I need to get this, but I have no affiliates with Riverside. It's just a platform that I use day to day, and I have all my clients use because I believe in it, and I believe that is the best platform to be able to record video content. And that, like I said, the most important thing is to maintain the quality. And so my editor can go in, download raw files, edit them however it needs to, and boom, we have a great looking video or podcast. And that's important because you want to be able to utilize that podcast for social media clips and that sort of thing. So I wanted to make sure, once again, I didn't just say like, go use Riverside and then that was it. Like, I wanted to give you reasoning. There's got to be an explanation for everything, and just not using Zoom or StreamYard because everybody else is doing that. There's an important explanation that you need to understand of why you shouldn't be using those for your content recordings. Riverside is, I wouldn't say it's pricey, but it is like, it's another subscription you're going to have. In my opinion, it is 100% worth it. And make sure you get the pro version, which allows you to record up to 1080p, which is like important. And I think it allows you to record in 4K as well. For the most part, I record in 1080p because it gets what we need it to do. We don't really upload videos in 4K because it's not needed, and that's a whole nother video. But make sure that you do have that turned on, and that's a feature that you can go through. But don't be afraid to get like the better package in order to be able to record higher quality. It will help you in the end. So that's what I got for you guys today's video. Hopefully that makes your choice a little bit easier on what to choose for virtual recordings. If you have any questions or you have any comments below, or maybe you like think I'm wrong and you discovered like a hidden gem that is not very well known, leave a comment below and let me know. Otherwise, find me on social media, Josh Culler. I am verified. I'm the only verified Josh Culler. Send me a direct message and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.